Hey everybody, welcome to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and also packs some MP7 heat just in case I get ambushed. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs, and we are back for another episode answering your questions and helping you guys out with all your airsoft ailments. Also, again, another quick update on what's going on here in the next few weeks. I totally boneheaded last week. My fault, and forgot I'm gonna be in Southern California this coming weekend. Seriously, totally, how do you forget that? Really, how do you? I'm actually gonna be heading out toward the end of the week, be hanging out with my buddies at Airsoft Megastore and doing some filming, working on a little secret project with them, and also going to be playing some Airsoft. Now the question is, I don't know what field I'm going to be at there in SoCal, so stay tuned. As soon as I find out, you guys will be in the know, and if you guys are in that area, I'd love to have you come out and play with me out there, which is a rare case of me getting out there this early in the year. I'll also be at Bad Karma's Noob Day, and that is in 2 weekends from now. Yep, the weekend after I'm in California, and that's in Nashville, Tennessee, or actually just outside of Nashville, and I'll be there set up in a booth with all of my patches. In fact, patches are getting kind of low, so if you guys have been holding out, I think we started with like 300 patches, and now I'm under like 40 left, I think, maybe 35, so it's getting really thin. You guys have bought a crud ton of them. I've been shipping them all over the world. So if you guys want that Airsoftology logo patch, it's $7 shipped worldwide. That's it. That's all in one price. So may want to jump on that. I'll have a link to the store down in the description below as well. Also, if you're going to be at the Bad Karma Noob Day, I'm going to try to get rid of some of my gear and maybe some guns, because I know I talked a couple episodes ago about how many guns I own. So I'm going to try to do like a total blowout yard sale there. Also, then the herd that's my nylon. I actually have a huge bin. It's like this big, full of like tactical gear. I need to kind of get that down to something a lot smaller. But anyway, enough of me trying to hawk my own wares. Let's get right on into your questions. Airsoft TV writes, "Hey John, I have a question about whether LMGs are actually worth the price. Wouldn't it be better just to buy a drum mag for an assault rifle?" And Gregory Razzo also wrote in on the same lines, "Hey John, I too would like to know your thoughts on support weapons in Airsoft. I agree that it does require some skill. You know, the Army has a whole field manual dedicated to it, though my wonder is if it has an effectiveness and a place within Airsoft." Actually, these are really good questions, and with an LMG or a light machine gun, you know, a SAW, squad automatic weapon, whatever you want to call it, RPK, that you end up kind of having a trade-off. Now, at most local fields, at least the ones I've played at, there's not a full auto restriction for assault rifles. So for just your normal carbine going out playing the assault class. So there's really not a huge benefit, because a lot of fields allowed players to put box mags on their guns. But when you do step up into milsim, or you go to a field or an event or an operation that requires rolls, there's a huge benefit. And you know, I even would argue though, like at my local field, you get an FPS boost. Now there's a minimum engagement distance, so you actually can't engage targets within a certain range. I think it's 50 feet at Bad Karma Airsoft. But you actually get a 50 FPS boost, which is going to effectively give you more range. Also, SAWs are designed for sustained fire. They're built for full auto fire. In fact, most of them don't even have a semi-auto switch. In fact, almost all of them don't have a semi-auto switch on them. So there are some benefits from a durability standpoint, and of course a mag capacity, because they usually are going to ship with a box mag or come with it, be compatible with it, and then of course having that extra FPS boost like at my field. Now, as for the skill piece, there is some skill involved, because it's not just spray and pray. In fact, if you love getting a lot of kills, the squad automatic weapon or the support role or LMG role is probably not the best role for you. It's called a support weapon for a reason. And if you're playing it effectively in Airsoft, at a milsim op, or even at your local field, you're going to take that extra range to your advantage. You're actually going to be setting up probably right at your line or a little behind the front line of your team that's pushing forward, and you're going to be laying down suppressive fire. You'll be really effective at keeping heads down. Nice little controlled bursts, popping those sandbags. Now, if a head pops up, of course, you know, don't encourage headshots unless all you got, but go ahead and take that kill. Obviously, you're going to get that. You're going to want to take out the enemy no matter what, but your real role is keeping those heads down so your team can move forward and take the objective. That's what a really good support gunner does. Is you allow your team to bound forward and move forward. That's kind of the basics. I don't want to get into like tactics, because trust me, I never served. I'm not a military guy. I mean, I know Airsoft, what works in Airsoft. That's pretty much it. I don't know what works in the real world, but I do know how to throw some plastic BBs out of my gun So yeah, definitely support weapons are beneficial, even at your local field, especially if they'll have an FPS boost. Now, if they don't have an FPS boost, they can be extremely heavy, so they've got to kind of weigh that one out. But for a milsim op, it is absolutely great, especially if you get a support gunner that works with your team or you're one that really knows how to do that suppressive fire and help your team win. The Epic Fat Guy writes, so I'm planning a vacation to California during the summer and I've heard about the new laws. I live in Michigan. What do I need to do before I send my guns to my family members there? Do I need to make certain parts of the gun neon colored or something? Please inform me. Well, the good news is that law doesn't kick in until 2016. So right now, you are good to go. If you're traveling in 2016, so a long way out, which I seriously doubt, there are some requirements that are going to most likely kick in around that time unless something happens between now and then and that law gets repealed, and it requires banding. So you'll need some banding on certain parts around the grip, around the magazine, around the stock, and some certain areas. You can look up California Airsoft laws and you can kind of get the full details around what you'll need to do to be compliant. But again, if you're traveling in 2015, you're still good to go in California. All you need to do is just show up like you normally would and you go out and play Airsoft and you'll be fine. 2016 is when you're going to need to worry about those changes. Wolfic writes, hey Jonathan, I gotta say this is my favorite Airsoft channel by far. I would like to know how you work through all the comments in your videos, and are you working alone or do you have a team behind you? Greetings from Austria. Well, good day, mate. I'm kidding. I know Austria and Australia. I'm just joking, man. I know that's like a common thing. I know, bad joke. Anyway, but yeah, actually comments sometimes can be very daunting, and when it comes to that, it's just me. I really kind of look at comments personally. I do read every single comment on the Monday shows. On the other videos, I try to stay current on the last maybe 5 or 6 I've done, so past couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I figure about that point, all the real loyal fans, you guys that are watching this right now, are paying attention to those videos. I'll also see some that pop up in older videos. YouTube's getting a little better about delivering what they think is a good comment, and like in the console I use. So that does help me kind of see some really interesting comments on some of the older videos. But no, I do look through the current videos, like I said, past couple weeks. But Mondays, I do read every single one. So if you get a comment in that first week, so I produce a video on Monday. It's actually, this is shot today. Sometimes I'm trying to get these on Sundays, and maybe even trying to work to a Friday shoot. That'd be ideal for me. But I do walk through every single comment at the point before I get on camera, like right now, and read every single one. So even if they don't get on the show, I do see everything you guys write, and sometimes I'll try to respond to them if there's something that I really can't get on the show but needs some good attention. Huskycraft writes, hey John, can we get a gun wall, loadout, and more gameplay videos? So loadout, yeah, it's like almost a standing joke about the loadout now. It's like, when's it coming? Hey John, loadout. It's actually kind of funny. I almost don't want to do one, but I will because it's become this running joke. So yeah, I will be doing a loadout video. I think I'm going to be doing a loadout video with the guys at Megastore for them, but we'll have a loadout video for here as we get closer to the events. I'm probably going to hold off till Copperhead. I know you guys are like, oh, I really want it. You promised it to me. That's going to be probably when I do it. So a few weeks out from Copperhead, you'll find my loadout video for it. When it comes to a gun wall, that is going to be tough because I don't really have a wall. I'm looking around the studio, so I've got this corner over here. I've got storage kind of back over here. It's all piled up, and some office supplies. I've got a door directly behind the camera, and then over here I've got my green screen shooting area. So it's really tough. And then over here, off camera that way, I have 2 more shelves full of stuff. And no, I will not turn the camera around because it's a wreck in here right now. But yeah, it'd be really tough to do a gun wall. I probably could take everything out and do like a big collection, and I might do that before Noob Day if I'm going to get rid of any of these and kind of sell a few, so you guys can see everything that I have. I know you guys have been asking for it, and if you guys are interested in that, I'll probably end up putting it. I'll probably share it here. But if you guys don't follow me, if you guys are on Instagram, I am on there too. So it's just Airsoftology. Come hit me up on there and follow me, and I will post it definitely on Instagram. That is for sure. GunTech762 writes, how's it going, John? I have a question regarding sniper rifles. Would it be a good idea to use heavier BBs than usual in sniper rifles just to keep the accuracy up and fight win, even if it limits the range and FPS? So yes, in fact, I'm gonna try to get this all in frame for you guys. This is my M40. I also have a Tokyo Marui VSR-10. So I actually have 2 sniper rifles. I've just finished re-upgrading the VSR-10. I took a lot of the parts out, and then I just literally last weekend finished upgrading this guy. Now this one shoots about my field limit, so around 550. My VSR 10's a little harder, but I gotta dial that back. I thought I put a bigger spring in or a smaller spring in it than I did. So I still got to go and kind of split the thing open and get it back down to manageable limits. But to answer your question, most sniper rifles, to take advantage of them, you want to have some power behind those. Just like the M40 here, which by the way, I've got an upgrade video on this coming out probably at the end of this week or early next week. It's already done. I've just got to get the green screen part put in. But yes, heavier BBs are really important. In fact, in a sniper rifle, you won't find me running anything really less than like a 3 or a .32. I actually do like the Elite Force Bio .32s because when you're out there playing games, you have a heavier Bio BB. A lot of fields, especially Milsim Ops, require BBs. If you can get them, step up to the .4s, especially when you get to like the 550 range like these guys. I'll trade a little extra range to have a much more truer flight path, because you got to think about this, right? And there's no mag in this right now. So I've got this, and then that to follow back up, right? So my rate of fire is rather slow. It's not exactly what you would call fast, so I need those shots to count. So yes, definitely step up. And in fact, as you move up in BBs, you're probably not gonna lose the range that you think you are, especially if you have something north of 400 feet per second. So yeah, try out some 3s, 3.2s if you can get a hold of them, test them out, see what you guys think, see what you think, and see if they work. I think you'll find they're gonna carry a lot better, cut through that wind a little better, and you're not gonna lose that range you think you will. All right, guys, that's it for this week's questions. It means it's time for the video recommendation of the week, and this one comes from a channel I really love. In fact, I might have pointed you guys to the Mario Warfare or the Modern Warfare Gear Solid videos series that they've done, kind of like mini movie type series. But it's Beat Down Boogie. The guy who runs the channel that produces and directs these, his name's Mike, does some great stuff. They also do some really good, if you guys are into like anime conventions, sci-fi conventions, and cosplay stuff. He does some great convention montages with music and stuff, showing off all the people with their costumes. But I really enjoy like the Metal Gear Solid or the Modern Warfare Gear Solid series, and they have a hilarious kind of snake character, and I know I'm kind of setting this thing up. So this is using that character to do a self-defense class. You gotta really like the whole Metal Gear. Make sure you played the game and you know the characters, otherwise you'll be like, Jonathan, this is like the dumbest video on the planet. But if you have, this is freaking great. So yeah, check it out. I'm gonna put a link down in the description below. Definitely worth the stuff, definitely worth a subscribe. And if you guys haven't checked out the Modern Warfare Gear Solid series, I know I'm probably getting the name wrong, or the Mario Brothers one, you definitely want to watch those all the way through. They are really good videos, and they've really pumped out great stuff. So yeah, hit them up with the subscribe and watch all their stuff. But yeah, this one takes the cake. And remember, hide the bodies. That's just all you got to say. Hide the body. Well, guys, that's it for this week's Monday. I did hear you loud and clear. We're going to be breaking out the mini reviews. They're going to be leaving this and into their own little favorite things video. But yeah, they might still be around. But for the most part, we're going to move little mini reviews to my favorite thing videos, which will be starting, I think, next week. I'm going to kick those off. I got some really cool stuff from a guy who makes some really neat patches. Those are going to be coming in at the very first video. But also, guys, if you want to get your question answered in the show, it's real simple. All you got to do is just put it right in the comment section down below this video. Vote up your favorites, and I'll get them on the very next show. And don't be discouraged if you didn't make it. Remember, like I told you before, I read every single one. I do try to save them, and I pay attention to the ones that I'm not able to get to, maybe last week or the week before. If I see your comment again, I'm definitely going to do my best to get you guys on the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love sharing what I can help you guys with here. I love the community and the comments and the help you guys give each other down in the comment section below. So guys, until next time, get out, go play some Airsoft, have some fun, maybe even it's Saturday and somewhere in California, pay attention. But no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.